With question 3, we had a problem with the terminology that Rashi uses, K'shera'a Moshe Shechina Overet, terminology that suggests that Moshe had the ability to see the Shechina, yet God had informed Moshe earlier, recorded in the previous perek, Lo tuchal lirot et panai. You will not have the ability to see my face, because Lo yirani ha'adam v'chai. A mortal human being will not be able to see me and remain alive. In defense of Rashi, we could argue the following. The question was built on the assumption that Pasuk 8, along with Rashi's commentary to Pasuk 8, applied to a period that was post Yud Gimel Midat Harachamim. And therefore, when Rashi writes, K'shera'a Moshe Shechina Overet, there is the implication that Moshe had the ability to see the Shechina. With the revised understanding of Rashi's commentary to the Pasuk, the Vayamaher Moshe refers not to the period after the Yud Gimel Midat HaRachamim, namely that the Shechina was about to depart, but prior to the Yud Gimel Midat HaRachamim, that the Shechina was about to arrive. Or in other words, to a period before Moshe stands in front of the Shechina. Before the Shechina actually arrives, there was no problem with Moshe looking in the direction of the Shechina. And it is to this that Rashi refers when he writes, K'shera'a Moshe Shechina Overet. Similarly, after the Shechina had departed, Moshe was permitted to see, or in other words be exposed to, the Achorai, the lower levels of God's Kedusha. V'ra'ita et Achorai. You will be permitted to see, but only the Achorai levels of my Kedusha. My Panai, my essence, Lo Yera'u, is not seeable by man. This distinction between the two periods is reflected in Rashi's commentary to Pasuk Chaf Bet. The Pasuk states, V'haya ba'avor kavodi, when my presence will pass, and here referring to the essence of God, I will need to v'samticha b'nikrat hatzur, I will need to place you into the cleft of a rock, placing my kapi, my hand, over the entrance, ad ovri, until my essence has passed. To the words ba'avor kvodi, Rashi writes, Kishe'evor lefanecha, as I shall pass before you. It is possible that Rashi is reflecting the distinction between the two time periods, in that while my presence, my kedusha, my essence is with you, you, Moshe, as a mortal, will not have access to my essence. You will need to remain embedded in the cleft of the rock, with my kapi covering the entrance. However, this would not preclude your seeing certain aspects of my Kedusha, both before and after my passing. And therefore, Rashi, when he writes, K'shera'a Moshe Shechina Overet, and, as we have established, refers to the period prior to the Yud Gimel Midot HaRachamim, prior to the Vayikra, is not in conflict with the pasuk that states, Lo tuchal lirot et panai. What Moshe saw was the imminent approach of the Shechina, but not the face. In other words, the essence of the Shechina once it had arrived.